In my first video of the day, I began to review a movie by Pearce, then dropped off, trailed off, started rambling. Now I want to focus and talk about that. I judge movies primarily whether I want to watch them by two things: either the producer of the movie or the actors that are in it. And I thought Guy Pearce is an English-born Australian actor, and it came up, and it didn't even give the title. You have to go through. It's called "Disturbing the Peace." It's available now through some penny ante channel that probably doesn't have the copyright, and nobody will care about it. It was one of the most cheaply made, one of the lowest budget films I've ever seen. It was just horrifically bad. And the credits, when I was trying to see where they shot it, it was shot in Kentucky. Supposed to be in Texas, although they don't really say. But clearly the landscape, and it's not Texas. And even the armored car, they just took like an old box truck. You know, you can tell it's a box truck. It's not an armored car. It's got roll up, roll down windows and stuff like that. It's got little, they just barely did a repaint job on it. It was just hilariously bad. He's playing some kind of character he'd accidentally shot his partner as a Texas Ranger, and even then it was none of the uniforms, because Texas Rangers don't wear uniforms, they wear regular clothing. And if they're not going to wear a jacket, they wear a white shirt with the Texas Ranger gold star and stuff. They didn't get anything right on this. You could just tell there's really no town in Texas is there a U.S. Marshal that's really running the show. Is the head of enforcement. It just was none of the buildings, none of that really fit some small town in Texas. Nowhere. All along I was going like, I just couldn't believe the absolute. They even gave at the end. It literally took almost 5 minutes for the credits to slowly roll up and freeze per section and get. It was just horrible. It was just. Guy Pearce has acted in one truly horrible film in his life as a mature man and stuff. I don't know how they suckered him in. You could even tell they even mentioned the 2 hotels they stayed in, because that way they get them for free. And it was clear that Pearce, and I don't think there's another known actor in the movie. He stayed at the Hilton, the rest of them stayed at the Red Roof Inn. That was the deal, I guess, to put them up while they were. It couldn't have taken more than a couple of 3 days to shoot the thing. All they had to do is do a little pre-production and just get out there, and literally could have just shot the whole movie by reading their lines off of a cue card boy just before they recited them. And he was right off the bat. And it just didn't, the main thing is the dialogue didn't sound anything like Texas or Kentucky. Or pretty much anywhere in the United States. None of the dialects meshed. It was just a pathetic movie. Disturbing the Peace appears to be the real title. You have to go through it. Because he shot his partner in the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers don't have a uniform and shit. And the uniforms they're wearing, I've never seen that color of blue or that kind of uniform anywhere in this country. It was almost kind of like an indigo denim blue kind of. That him and he had this aversion to guns. it just wasn't any good. It was a complete waste of time. I watched it because it's like watching a train wreck. You know, how much worse how bad can it get? And it got truly bad. It was really, it's hard to describe some of the, okay, I did that light dark thing again. I just never thought I'd see a Guy Pearce in that crappy of a movie. And of course it's for free on YouTube. I don't think anyone really cares about the copyrights. It obviously went straight from, you know, to DVD or something like that. It wasn't a, probably, oh gosh. If they spent $1.5 million, of it was on Guy Pearce's fee for what is definitely less than a week's worth of work. Just was nothing to it. It was so ridiculously bad that it just hilariously bad. Anyway, that's really all I want to do is just, he's always appeared in really good movies. Actually, the first time I can remember seeing Guy Pearce was in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert 30 years ago. Yeah, where he plays a drag queen. Sorry, the sleep is coming over me again. And I might. While I'm uploading this, I may fall asleep if we don't get any heavy trucks behind me. Yeah, it's rush hour on Friday, payday. I'll see you guys later. I just couldn't believe that movie, that actually, the everything that, like at one point, like the guy, they didn't even bother to reshoot. They didn't do second takes. Like the guy picks up the rifle and the scope flops off of it, you know. And then in the next scene, they've got it screwed back on, and then the guy gets on one motorcycle. It's like a hog kind of, you know, real. And then down the road, all of a sudden he's driving like a, you know, a rice rocket kind of a, you know, almost a dirt bike kind of, you know, thing and stuff. It was just horrendously bad. I'll see you guys later.